stop asking if a salary is negotiable. You know why? You're making it way too easy on them to tell you no. Much smarter to ask open-ended questions so that they can give you more information. Why is that smart? You can use that information as part of the compelling case you make for why you're asking for more. See, when you ask a yes or no question, the conversation is over very quickly, and we don't want that to happen during the negotiation process. So here's a real script that I worked on with a real client who's negotiating a salary for a new job, and you're going to see why it's strategic. So let's go through the script, and then I'm going to talk about various aspects of it and why it's smart. Given the expansiveness of the role and my extensive experience, the market research I did for this salary was closer to FU money. However, I understand you're a startup and I'm committed to making this work. I really believe in you, and I can be creative in how we get there. Assuming that FU money is too high, what do you think is fair? All right, so notice expansiveness of the role and extensive experience. So now if she gets into a conversation about, well, how did she come up with this FU number, which by the way is the highest number that she found in the market research, she can really justify where she came up with it. She's also acknowledging that she's probably not going to get that amount, and that's okay. She's prepared a second number. Okay, I always make sure that my clients have 3 numbers prepared that they're ready to take. A second number that she's most likely going to get. But it is important to throw out that huge number found in the market research. It signals that she knows her worth, and it gives herself the opportunity to maybe be paid that amount. I can be creative in how we get there. This is such an important thing to say. So what does it mean to be creative to get to the salary you want? There are so many ways to be paid. For example, there's a signing bonus. Maybe there's metrics and milestones based off of certain success that she reaches after 3 months or 6 months. Maybe she takes a commission off of deals closed. It all depends on the company. That's why we want there to be a robust conversation around this. We want to hear from the other side about what their goals, priorities, and deal breakers are, and not to have this conversation just quickly go yes or no based off of this FU money. And ending with, what do you think is fair? It's kind of holding them to the standard of fairness. Another line I like to say is, I know that you are a company that values pay equity. This especially works for women and other marginalized groups. Even if you don't know that for sure, when you set this kind of standard of behavior, of ethics, it makes the other side say, yeah, I want to be that. We do want to be fair. I also like to ask them, well, what do you think? Another line I like to use is, if you were in my position, what would you do? Maybe not something, right now in this part of the negotiation, maybe at the very end when you have to make a decision. But notice again, she's not saying, I want FU money, can you do it or not? Because chances are the answer is no, and the deal falls apart. We want this to be creative, which means options, which means information, dialogue, conversation, not yes or no. You got this.